Everybody, so clearing. First off, I just posted a one-of-a-kind new kind of reading. It's for those who are brand new on the twin flame journey. So if you've never really heard of twin flames and you're just getting on that bandwagon, I just posted a really epic reading. Go check it out. This is going to be a divine masculine reading. And oh yeah, one more thing, I just opened up sessions for March, so if you want to grab one of those, they don't usually last very long. Check the link in the description below. And yeah, so let's dive into divine masculines. What is going on for the DMs right now? What are they experiencing on the journey? How are they thinking of the connection right now? Their divine counterpart. How are the DMs feeling on their heart space at this time? And for their divine feminine, what are they wishing at this time? What are the masculines doing at this time? What are they challenged by? What are they coming to the solutions for those challenges with? What is going to be happening in the near future? I'm going to get what they would say to their feminine right now if they got the opportunity without fear, what they would not say that they're experiencing. So we're going to get the baseline, what they will divulge, what they're keeping close to their chest at this time. We're going to see what the divine feminines need to know in the highest of benefit for the feminines on this journey. And what might be coming next as a result of where things are at regarding all the things that we're about to see. Okay, 5 decks. 1. I do a pre-shuffle and then I love to just shuffle them one more time. Bear with me. There we go. All right, so let's get into this. Divine masculines. What is the baseline energy for the connections at this time? Bravery. Okay, uncharted territory. This is my card of trailblazing, adventure. I'm just getting the word adventure. So the masculines are in an energy of here for it, up for it, curiosity, testing what they're made of, stepping into empowerment. What would they say to the feminines about this? I left because you told me to, in the reverse. So a little bit of reverse psychology going on. In the past, they might have been a little bit trigger happy or knee jerk and skittish. You know, maybe they ran, maybe they misread something. They weren't brave enough. But in the past, they kind of bolted. This now turned on in the inverse, they're rethinking that and they're like, oh, maybe it wasn't my feminine. Maybe I misread that. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe I could have had more bravery. So yeah, they would kind of let you in on the fact that they haven't handled you the way that they would ideally have wanted if fear or insecurity wasn't at play. What wouldn't they tell you about this? That they're still trying to figure out, is this love or not? Like, not that they don't feel something incredibly amazing with you, but they're still trying to understand and rewrite codependency, the things that love isn't. They're still coming to that conscious recognition of it. And so things have been counterintuitive. Sometimes they've thought you weren't that into them if you were too even keel or not treating them like a karmic scenario, things like that, feminines. So yeah, the masculines are being braver to like push through with the energetic facts here. You are dancing with them after all this time. You're still showing up. You still seem to be into them whenever they touch base with you. So that counterintuitive, those messages that they were getting that were giving them mixed signals compared to the programming that they've been influenced by in their life, survival mode things, their trauma, they've had to really be brave to trust their hearts instead of their logical mind on this journey. What do the feminines need to know about that? Ace of Wands. Okay, so now that the masculines know, like, look at that. There's the Ace of Wands highlighted in the middle, and that's the bravery that's happening here. Masculines are taking accountability and they're rethinking their rash decisions in the past to sort of dip on these connections, and they're seeing that there's been more love involved from their feminine than they thought. And yeah, feminines, there's a little bit of a new energy coming in that's less guarded, less inhibited. It's very phallic with that masculine hand holding the mushroom. What can we expect in the near future? There is a feminine in the garden minding their own business, and I'm getting the sense that over here in the bushes, but not in a creepy way, I swear, that this masculine is like watching you. I'm getting a strong sense that the masculine wants to surprise you, pounce, like sneak up from behind you and love on you. Like, I'm hearing not take no for an answer. Again, not in a boundary crossing way, but in a, I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be brave. I'm not going to bolt. I'm going to ask for understanding. If you give what they've thought as mixed signals in the past, they're going to be more curious instead of just run away. There's a bird in the sky. I'm also getting that there might be some kind of testing the water, or like this carrier pigeon. It's like they might fish for some kind of response from you. They might throw something out there and see what response they get back before they pounce, just so they know that they're not being too much, feminines. But yeah, they're thinking about your connection right now and the state of it, and where it's at regarding romance or friendship, or even maybe even not even being in communication. But there's a passion growing, and it has to do with their bravery to push through that insecurity that could misread your balance, feminines. What's the masculine baseline about their divine feminine? Yeah, more than friends. Here it is for the second time. This is my card of friendship, and in the inverted like this, it's reducing to the 2. It's like you're coming into sight. The focus is crystallizing, crisping up. What would they say to you? They're trying to love themselves unconditionally, that it's not about fear of rejection, that part of this journey is requiring them to speak their truth, even if you don't share the same sentiments, even if they've had a hard time reading your cues or understanding if you really, really love them. The masculines are wanting to show up just because that's them doing their best. Again, this journey is about not doing anything for someone else, but honoring our truth. And the masculines are willing to risk it and to be brave because they love you. They love you so much. And instead of fearing rejection, they want to have that resilient opportunity to profess their love and overcome the fear that they could be hurt or rejected, or that things might not go well. It's like they've wanted a guarantee for success, and they are getting that confidence because you're still connected to their energy after all this time. However, they're also coming into the bravery that's willing to risk it if there's the off chance they're misreading. What aren't they telling you? That you are their picture perfect 10 out of 10. For them, you're the everything. They can hardly believe that someone like you exists, all in one lovely bundle of molecules. Aw. What do the feminines need to know? 2 of Cups in the upright. What did I tell you? Exactly what I told you. 2 of Cups, like this love is coming into view like never before. 2 peas in a pod, the synergy, exponential, harmonic, unified, beautiful stuff. What is in the near future? This is the hot and cold player, passion, on again, off again, back and forth energy. But in the inverse like this, it's the deepening towards monogamy, commitment, knowing that the two of you are not going to find each other anywhere else, that you are the only ones that can meet each other in certain passions. I even heard and kinks, or in that sensual way that others just don't fulfill like the two of you do, that you have a similar way of thinking about intimacy, about sensuality, about things in the bedroom, that you both just get each other that way. This deepening confirmation that it's the two of you like that, that you could never exhaust the creativity. There's something coming in that's going to impress for both of you, that the other one is the only one that you can go deeply into the intimate connection like that with. Like you've never met somebody before that could keep matching your particular sexual style, something like that. What can we get for the baseline for the heart space? Deep, deep, deep inner child healing and rooting. So there's something about the masculines having been nomadic, or never putting down roots, or feeling like they were always about ready to move on to the next thing, non-committal. Their lives might have been in confusion or disarray or temporary scenarios, or they always had one foot in, one foot out. Now these roots are going deeper. So on the heart space, this is the connection that they have been inspired and has organically helped them, give them the right nutrients, right? Like the right ecosystem, the right environment to tap in to something more stable, more grounded, more balanced, more solid than they ever have before. It's like giving them the right nourishment to set a foundation that's not about a temporary vibe. It's more of a permanence coming in, a long-term grounding. What would they say? They can't quite put their finger on it. This is the sort of truth. They don't know exactly what that's all about, but they feel like it's got stability here. They want to kind of know your side of the story is what I'm getting. If they were to say anything, they'd actually like to hear what you have to say about that, and what that aspect is like on your side, if that part is shared, if you see them for more long-term. You know, these are kind of unlikely duos, and they're like wondering if they're kind of crazy for thinking that this is such a stable, deep connection. They kind of want to hear you. It's almost like they don't know how to ask. They're looking for indicators, because this is also not communicating. The sword in the inverse like this might be like not saying anything. What aren't they saying? They feel like it's destiny. They also feel like the time is now. It's like they feel like the shooting star has hit the earth, and that's so rare. It's like they can go and pick up that meteor. It's like within grasp. That's a really interesting thing. Okay, what can we see for the Divine Feminines? 8 of Pentacles. Keep doing the work. Putting in the work, feminines. Keep, specializing in who you are and getting to know yourself and making the changes in your life. Everything is interconnected. When you get to this level of vision, capacity, everything you do is inextricably connected to everything else. You start seeing in patterns holistically. You understand that it's a work in progress, but it's all connected. And so just keep living your best life, knowing that that translates to these connections. Handle these connections with as much integrity and compassion and joy as you can, knowing that's going to translate into the rest of your life. It's all part and parcel of you. You're the common denominator. So just do your best at all times and watch as it continues to unfold. What is the near future bringing? More unconditional love. There's really a visceral sense of this grounding for both. More safety, more security. There's that red root chakra grounding again from yesterday's reading. It's like there's just going to be more peace and relaxation and freedom and joy coming in. It's a springtime energy. I'm feeling like a freshness that isn't and hasn't ever been found in other connections. There's always been that niggling sort of anxiety behind the scenes with unequally matched connections. These connections are aligned, and so no matter what it looks like on the surface, they feel like home, they feel like peace, and that is just continuing to grow. For the masculines, there's this deepening and stability coming in and assurance coming in. And for the feminines, you're going to feel that on the heart space as a reflection of what the two of you are navigating together energetically in the physical. It's new for both of you because there isn't that insecurity playing out that happens when two people aren't actually well matched. What is the baseline on the heart space for the counterpart? Second chances. So the masculines absolutely know this thing is not over and it's not lost, that it's absolutely possible and probable even, because they are wanting to come back in. They don't want the good to be in the past. They want the best to be on the horizon. What would they say to you? I'm addicted to you. Yeah, if they could say anything, they would just admit, like, there's nobody other than you that they prefer, and there's just no going anywhere. What, are you kidding me? That's what they're saying in the energy. They're just going as if I play a good game, I look a cool part, but as if I'm not going anywhere. Like, who are you kidding? Who am I kidding? They know they haven't fooled you for a minute. And that's what they love about you so much, Divine Feminines, is you've never really bought into that idea. If you're actually, aligning with your perfect match, they can say and do anything, but that's not going to pull the wool over on you, feminines. What wouldn't they say? There's that bravery card, so that it's still a work in progress. It's still a bit of a stretch for them to keep reminding themselves to come back to that knowing, to come back to moving from that place of, oh yeah, this isn't too good to be true. This person does really love me and I really actually love them. It's like bringing that energy back in. What do the feminines need to know about this? The Knight of Wands in the inverse again. Just keep knowing this is a work in progress. You've never been here before. Relationships haven't been this way for you before. You've never actually been at this stage with your perfect match. This is where we move past the volatility or the testing or the insecurities of the past, and where these connections continue going forward to monogamous, deepening, off the charts chemistry, alignment, emotional, physical connection. Just go with it, feminines. You don't have to get ahead of yourself and rock your own boat by being attached to a specific outcome or making assumptions and expectations. But don't delude yourself that it's not happening. And you certainly don't have to pretend you don't want this person. Letting go of this person doesn't mean, having one of those elastic bands when you're like quitting smoking or something. You think of them and you're like ting, 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 ting a million times. No, you don't have to do that, feminines. Allow the reality of this being your person to fill you up. Call it in. Feel how good it feels on your heart without the resistance. Don't tell yourself you're not supposed to be this drawn to this person. What can we see for the near future? Yeah, you're going to start seeing the proof that you're healing, that it's not so cringe, that it's not so prickly, that you're not so triggered, that there's safety coming in. There's going to be just more flow, communication, lightheartedness, less unpredictability in the risk department, it's just going to start feeling more sincere, real. What can we see for the manifestation baseline that the masculines are at? Balance. They're just here for it. They're really curious what this healed experience is going to bring. Now that they've pretty much healed to the point where it warrants taking one step in front of the other regardless of the outcome, they're really curious what it's going to be like. What would they say to you about this? I am terrified. Of course, you wouldn't need bravery if you were totally fear-free, but it's so interesting. Feminines, you've put your fear mostly down, and now it's the masculines' turn to get the jitters, the massive monarch butterflies in the stomach, and to really like experience the exhilaration of the hunt, the claiming you, the courtship. Ooh. What wouldn't they say to you? They are getting ready to offer. So they would say, like, they are admitting that this is terrific, terrified, like it's awe-inspiring to them. Like, to them, they have got this secret gem of a person that seems to really be into them. And they're like, I didn't actually believe this would happen in my lifetime. But what they aren't telling you just yet is, oh, what is that song I heard? Take my heart, take my whole life too. I don't know if that's the right words. That's what I just heard. They have their heart. They want to give you their heart. What they're not telling you is they want to give you their heart. They want to give you their heart, feminines. They're terrified because once these divine masculines give you their heart from this place of actual healing, there's no going back. It's real love. What do the feminines need to know? Page of Cups, you have to be in receiving mode to have this. You have to know what you're worth to receive without fear, without feeling their fear and taking that personally and screwing it up and getting cold feet and running away and sabotaging it. Sweet, open, present. No pressure, no rush, no expectation. No denial, no repression, no reverse psychology. Just keep swimming. What do we need to see in the energy? Oh, this reunion, this reconciliation is on the table, but again, it's not quite in the upright because the masculines aren't at that stage where they're going to offer you their heart. What can we see for the action baseline? What are they telling themselves? They want to come out of the sadness. When they put ice between the two of you, they hurt as much, if not more, than you do, feminines. And they want to right those wrongs. They want to reverse that. They want to show you. They don't want to tell you. They want to show you. What can we see for what they would say to you? I want you to choose. So they're not going to tell you that you have to take them back or that this distance between you in some way shouldn't be there, but they do want to keep reading your cues and getting to know you and coming in and, you know, maybe watching you garden when you don't know it. What wouldn't they say? That they have been auditioning you and studying reality for so long. Like, pinch me, I'm dreaming. What they're not telling you is that no matter how they look at this connection, it's justified. Every rabbit hole tangent that they've gone down, they got nothing. They've got nothing. This is infallible. It's blameless. And that is what's giving them the confidence that this is the going all in love of a lifetime. What do the feminines need to know about that? Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're going to get communication. You're going to communicate. This is such a funny card because this is that fungus that attaches to an ant and like controls their brain. So, I mean, that could be divinely guided. Not that the divine is a fungus, but it's like channeling. I'm getting this as like channeled communication. Like it's not sort of through ego. It's something larger than the ant mind is taking over and directing this. So it's not going to be premeditated. Could be spur of the moment, could be very synchronistic, but feminines, you don't have to be on the edge of your seat waiting for something to happen. Follow your heart, and that will already bring you into the alignment that you need. What can we see for near future? The clouds are clearing. This is the crystallization, the clarity coming in. Seven of Cups in the inverse is where that one cup of love is highlighted, and it sings like angels or Justin Timberlake. Oh. He has the voice of an angel. What can we see for the challenge for the masculines? Overcoming the lust and passion, holding back until it's time, like they're so turned on by you feminines. This is also where they've the last couple of days I've been getting pornographies being taken out of the mix, other partners, lamenting past things. This is all the sexual, lustful temptation. I'm getting the word celibacy and abstaining and purification coming in. So the masculines are really getting out of that throwing their seed around, quick fix releases, that kind of thing. That's the challenge for them. It's like, ooh, it's worse than quitting smoking, I just heard, in some regard, because they're coming into monogamy with you. They're really preparing, and they're not going to wait to come into union with you to then, you know, after the fact, clean up their act and not be having loose ends and energy out there with others. They're doing it now. They're making space for you in their sexual life. Wow, they've never met somebody that could match them on that sensual level that would satisfy all of their desires in bed. And so they've always had like various channels of pleasure, I'm hearing. Even if that's just fantasies in their mind, they're refraining from that because they're preparing for you to be the only object of their sensual affection, imagined or real, like on all levels. You're going to be their focus, feminines, in their heart of hearts, in the inner recesses of their mind. They are overcoming these other things. What would they say to you about this? Yeah, they're preparing to give you this pentacle, which we already saw was their heart. This is taking my breath away. What aren't they saying to you about this? That you've won. Look at you, divine feminines. You're there in the victory pose. Like, this is their promise. They're about to promise that you, for all to see, are going to be their person. What do the feminines need to know about this? I mean, this is the challenge, is the preparation. I'm hearing not blowing their cover, not tipping you off to it, because they don't want you to know it's already in the bag. They don't want you to know that you're already guaranteed to be the recipient of their heart. They've already passed the point of no return. Feminines, stay with your transformation. You're past the point of no return. This is the death energy. You've already been eliminating everything that shouldn't be coming forward, that doesn't resonate, but you're still in that tunnel. Just keep going. And, you know, when you pop out the other side, there's going to be a rebirth here. This reading is very much for people who do have a pretty good idea of who this person is, or, you know, a likelihood, or like 99.99999%. For those who haven't met your person, the person that you are going to be with is refining themselves to this excellent standard. What can we see in the near future? The Hanged Man. So it's funny because something you're going to say or do directly, I'm getting, is going to tell your masculine, bing, 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 it's go time. And they're going to open up to you. It's like something's going to pour out of their mouth in a way they haven't before. And you're going to be kind of, I don't think it's going to sink in right away when this truth that they are going to be free to actually share with you hits. I think it might take you a hot minute, feminines, to understand what just happened, because you're just going about being unconditionally loving you. And then all of a sudden your masculine is going to have this unfiltered epiphany out loud in your presence or over a message or something. I'm thinking it could happen in person. And it's like both of you won't imagine that. Oh, there's that imagery of the fungus taking over. So yeah, it's going to be like inspiration strikes, and the masculine's going to be authentic and transparent and vulnerable in your present. And both of you will know that you just crossed the threshold. What a beautiful message. So that's the challenge, is, you know, knowing when this moment will strike, when this victory will root, when this threshold will be crossed. What can we see for the solution to this overcoming the devil energies? No kidding. We get the high priest to trump the devil here with the key, with this channeled stuff. So when the masculines cross the threshold of allowing their fear to step aside, for them to step aside and speak from that higher, from this channeled place, this is the key. It's not of their ego. It's not of their fear. It's not of their bravado or imprinting or predictive programming. It's of higher origin. That's the solution. What would they say to you about this? I think we should slow down in the reverse. This is the key that makes it flow, that kicks it off, that no holds barred, that allows it to be what it's going to be, that allows it to go from zero to hero like that. When this moment of unfiltered love comes through, there's no going back when it happens in the physical. What wouldn't they say? There's the yin yang. What wouldn't they say? They know that your souls have been crying out to each other, that you've been in this together, even if you've been overwhelmed by emotions or unaware, or your vision of this has been skewed. You haven't seen it from this overview, from this cosmic vantage point. They are starting to understand there is no other but you. Even if you are unaware that they feel that way. Wow, what do the feminines need to know? Here's the King of Wands now. We got the Knight of Wands twice, and now we've got this monogamous, charismatic shaman leader coming to the forefront, but it's a work in progress. It's going to be this developmental thing. They're going to show you, feminines, what is in the near future with this solution. Okay, the masculines, whatever they're doing right now, it's up to you to see your glass half full. So it's not about your masculine completing you. You've got to have this holistic, wholesome, good on your own attitude in order to flow with union when it anchors. Because if you haven't done that work, feminines, no manner of your masculine coming in and loving you actually is going to replace your insecurity if you haven't done the spiritual work to get yourself into a place of discernment where you can tell if someone's telling you the truth or not in love. You've got to know yourself that well in order for you to be able to read the energy of somebody else accurately, so that you're not going to go on wishful thinking, so that you're not going to rush things. What is the direction in the near future? opening the heart. So the masculines are set to bring you into their life. I just heard. What would they say to you? I just want space, no more. It's in the inverse. They are opening their heart. They have been placing physical boundaries against commitment. They've looked like commitment phobes. They've looked like players. They've looked like they'll never settle down. And guess what? Their hearts are opening and the space is being afforded for the right person, which is you, feminines. What are they not telling you? That this is about to have a rebirth. The rebirth of all rebirths. It's coming back around. Never to not be here again is what I just heard. What do the feminines need to know? Page of Pentacles. Stay present. Stay present. Stay in your kindness. Purify your thoughts, your energy. Be free. Be real. Be gentle. Be kind. Be essential. Have fun. Be you. What's coming up in the near future? Looks like a lot of people, like the energy has told everyone to sit down. Sit down and listen. This is love, everybody. It's like, look at these. I'm getting this as the masculine, like coaching other people to be like, how do I get to be so brave like you? How do I get to find a person like your divine feminine? How do I get to have the love that you seem to have? How do I get to be so sure in love? And the masculines are like, let me tell you a story. They're like stroking their wizard beards. Let me tell you how this happens. And all eyes are on the masculines who have now qualified themselves as that guy, that person that can choose wholeheartedly. There are feminines and masculines asking this masculine, how did this happen? How do you know? How did you know? Because it will be evident in the energy that it is true. Like I said yesterday, when these couples are about town, there will not be anyone who won't realize how pure and real the love is. What can we get? One last card. Perfection. Reclaim your innocence. You are a child of the universe. Remember your spiritual essence and see divinity in all beings. To everything that has happened, I say thank you. To everything that's about to happen, I say yes. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.